I'm sitting in Cincinnati and I think my life's kind of on the shelf. But that's never true when it's with the Lord. And about that time when I'm thinking, I'm sitting on the shelf the rest of my life. Paul Escherman from the Jesus Film calls. The Soviet Union had just come down. And Paul says, we have an opportunity to train teachers in the Soviet Union, teaching the curriculum about Christianity. So we hung up and I turned to Jane and I said, we've got this incredible opportunity. And she knew right away, and we said yes. What happens in Moscow, the first person of the Russian delegation comes up to me. His name is Gennady Fyodorov. And through a translator, he says, hello, my name is Gennady Fyodorov. I'm a hardcore atheist. Everyone you're going to speak to is a hardcore atheist. And if you're not good, they won't be back tomorrow. Man, I about died right on it. Lord, get me out of here. We're way over our heads. What are we doing here? And we get on the bus and the head of education greets us. And we sit down and I'm talking with her through an interpreter. And for some reason, I don't know why, I asked her, what's the name of this road? And she says, it's the road of life and death. I thought, well, I know Main Street and 2nd Street and Washington, but I've never heard of the road of life and death. So I asked her, why is it called the road of life and death? And she said, well, so many people died building this road that they built it right over their bodies. I was overwhelmed because I realized many of them were Christians. We're sitting on a bus, we're riding into the city to proclaim the gospel to the teachers, but we're doing so over the bodies of those that went before us. But we were there and the conference started, and on the second day of the conference, a man comes walking up to me. Wow. And says something I never ever thought that I would hear. He says, is there any possible way you can help us take atheism out of our textbooks and put Christianity in? Oh, my goodness. For a person to hear that, to have that kind of opportunity land in your hands. And it was, I never prayed for something like that. I never thought of something like that. The Lord in these small yeses along the way, and all of a sudden you're on the crest of a tidal wave of the Holy Spirit moving throughout the Soviet Union. And you hardly know how you got there. You just kind of said yes. And it was incredible what had happened. Some of them brought Bibles and showed us their Bibles in a short amount of time were worn out. Or the Jesus Film video that we had given them was absolutely worn out. They had shown it to thousands of people, and we never knew anything about it. It was an incredible time of seeing the fruit of what had taken place. And so when you're following Christ, He's always got something for you that is beyond anything you could ever imagine and ever dream of. The treasures of life are found in following Christ and yielding your life to Him. And so what I would say to you, go for it. Open up your heart and see God can use you and me to impact the world for Christ.